Hutchinson from beautiful downtown Kamoka, and I'd like to, as my sixth assignment, compare 4 synthesizer interfaces that are available in Logic Pro. Okay, I'm going to go from the easiest, sort of the straight and most basic one, to one of the more elaborate ones. First one is the ESM synthesizer, which is really good for doing some bass stuff. It's really rudimentary, and it's I hardly ever really use it, but here we go. Right here we have the oscillator section, the voltage controlled oscillator section. You can see you can kind of like mix the waveform if you want. You can also select the sort of octave of the waveform over here. What we have here is the voltage controlled filter section, the voltage controlled amplifier section, okay, and what we have here is the LFO, okay, right in this section here. Really there is no envelope section in this synthesizer at all. It's more of used for, it's mainly used for bass, so it's kind of like boom boom on and off, okay. There's also a little overdrive on here, which is pretty cool to use once in a while. The second one is the ESP, which is a little one step up from the ASM. What you have here is the oscillator section. Again, you can select the sort of the frequency range of it. It's got multiple waveforms, which can be kind of mixed, so you get a pretty neat feature. Okay, it's got the LFO is right here, so you can set your vibration and your speed and your where you want it to be. You can set the frequency of it here and the resonance of it here. There's a voltage controlled filter here, voltage controlled amplifier down here, and here we have an envelope section with attack, decay, sustain, release, and a couple extra little things. There's a chorus involved in this and an overdrive, which is pretty cool. Again, primarily a bass synthesizer. Hardly ever use it, but you know, it's there. Now we get into the more elaborate ones. Over here we have the ES1, which is kind of their first stereo one. It's pretty cool. It's got, you know, everything that a normal synthesizer has. It has dual oscillators here, okay. It has a voltage controlled filter in here. It has a voltage controlled amp, which is here. It has your LFO is down here. You can set the rate and you can set the shape. It also has a nice portamento glide control, which is useful if you want that classic analog synth sound. And over here is the envelope, the attack, decay, sustain, release, which can be set. This thing's really good for using for pads. It does a whole there's a whole ton of preset. There's leads, pads, keyboards. It's kind of neat. I used it once in a while. You know, it's okay. It's got some pretty good presets in it. And finally, we have the ES2 synthesizer. This is a step up from the ES1. It's got a few more features, and again, it's a stereo synth. Okay, so what we have is we have your oscillator section here. Okay, and you can see there are multiple oscillators. You got 3 of them, so it's polyphonic. Okay, you got your voltage controlled filter here, along with bend and all the rest of it. It's an FM. This is an FM frequency modulated synthesizer. Okay. Over here we have the sort of like the voltage controlled filter section. Okay. Down here we have so where's the amp on this one? I can never remember where the amp is, and this one's here somewhere. Let's filter, whatever. Okay, and here we have the LFO again. Okay, sorry. And down here we have the envelopes, and there are multiple envelopes, one for each different oscillator. So it's pretty cool. Really good for doing strings and all sorts of things, pads, you know, all sorts of great synths. Okay, use this one a fair amount. Okay, this one in the ES24, which is more of a sample player, I use quite a bit. Okay, I'd like to thank you for watching my presentation, and it's been a great course. I've really enjoyed myself, and I've learned a lot. So sayonara from downtown Kamoka.